For over a decade, the conflict in Syria has been characterized by destruction on a vast scale.
خروجنا من هنيك كانت المسلحين عندنا بالضيعة وهربنا منهم لأنه ما عاد موتوا مقومات الحياة كلياتها.
A refugee crisis that has reverberated around the world and shocking disregard for the laws of armed conflict. It is far from over. Millions of people are displaced both inside Syria and in neighboring countries.
لما تدمر البيت جينا هنا ببيوت هي لأهل الخير أعطونا يعني مؤقتا.
Across Syria, there are more than 13 million people in need of humanitarian assistance. More than 45% of those in need are children, many of whom know no other life than conflict, displacement, inadequate schooling, and insufficient health care. People are more dependent on aid today than they were 5 or even 10 years ago. The number one priority expressed by Syrians is access to food and nutrition. More than 12.4 million Syrians are food insecure, which is an increase of 4.5 million in the last year alone, and the highest number ever recorded. These are people who were once self-sufficient and now rely on humanitarian aid to survive. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated an already fragile health system and further impacted the livelihoods of the most vulnerable.
ما بي أمور جيدة، الخوف ما يوصف.
Together with the other Red Cross movement partners, the Canadian Red Cross has a full-time presence in Syria and has actively supported the Syrian Arab Red Crescent for the last 8 years.
أول ما رجعت أنا استلمت شاكات، استلمت حرامات، يعني مواد أساسية وحصة غذائية وكل يعني كل 45 يوم نستلم حصة غذائية من هنا.
Working closely with the Syrian Arab Red Crescent, the Canadian Red Cross is supporting the health needs of vulnerable people in Syria. This includes supporting the Syrian Arab Red Crescent Children's Hospital in Aleppo with the provision of more incubators and children's surgical operations, providing financial support to cover treatment costs for women in vulnerable situations so that they may safely deliver their babies.
بطبيعة الحال نحن نشكر الهلال الأحمر أول وآخر شيء على المساعدات اللي بتتيحها للمواطنين.
الله يعطيه العافية، يعني لما المشروع هذا في كثير أطفال بدها تعاني.
And personalized support and quality access to maternal health, child care, family planning, education on breastfeeding, postnatal care, and sexual reproductive health rights provided after the delivery of a newborn. And providing nutrition programming in 14 governments in Syria, which includes sending mobile teams into communities for assessments and referrals back to clinics for support. People are living in extremely challenging situations with just enough to stay alive, the barest minimum. We are unable to do enough without the support required.
بتمنى إنه يتم المشروع الصليب الكندي مستمر، لأنه نحن كتير هلأ بوضعنا الحالي الناس كتير بحاجة لدعم.
Canadians wishing to support Red Cross and Red Crescent's relief efforts in response to the Syria crisis are encouraged to make a financial donation to the Syria Crisis Fund.